there any from the, she is unavoidable absent. Also member Daly. I also have one from member Vaz. Let me now say thank you for your continued support and all that is good. Let me welcome some members, students from the Faculty of Law, University of the West Indies. That is it? That is correct? We are very, very happy to have you here with us as youngsters who want to be a part of the parliamentary proceedings. Hope that as soon as you would have completed your studies, that you'd find it necessary to become members of this honorable house. Once again, we welcome you to the sit-in. We will say to you that there are some house rules: no videoing, no clapping. You can smile as much as you want to. All right? Thanks. Confirmation of the minutes of the meeting held on September 17, 2024. Moved by member from St. James Southern. Seconded by member from St. Andrew Northeast. Southeast, sorry. Give me a little time. I'll get accustomed to it. You know, sometimes when you have a little bit too much milk in the coffee, you tend to dream a lot. But it is all good. It tells you that the mind is active. Review of the proposed constituency projects. We'll start off with employment generation. Constituency Development Fund Committee Project Proposal, Member of Parliament, Constituency, Project Type, Name of Project, Budget, and Implementing Agency. Member of Parliament, Honorable Desmond Mackenzie, Kingston Western. Physical infrastructure, Kingston Western Employment Generation and Beautification Project 2024-2025, 3.5 million Jamaican dollars, Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. Mr. Philip Paulwell, Kingston East and Port Royal. Physical infrastructure, Kingston East and Port Royal Employment Generation. 2024-2025, $3.5 million, KSAMC. Mr. Philip Paulwell, Kingston East and Port Royal. Physical infrastructure, Kingston East and Port Royal Top Burger zinc fence removal, Top Burger zinc fence removal, 2024-2025, $2 million, KSAMC. Honorable Juliet Holness, St. Andrew East Rural. Physical infrastructure, St. Andrew East Rural Employment Generation, 2024-2025, $3.5 million, Kingston and St. Andrew MC. Honorable Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, St. Andrew West Rural, Physical Infrastructure, St. Andrew West Rural Employment Generation and Beautification Program 24-25, $2,250,000, Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. Honorable Favor Williams, St. Andrew Eastern. Physical infrastructure, St. Andrew Eastern Employment Generation and Beautification, 24-25, $612, sorry, $612.60. Mr. Mark Golding, St. Andrew Southern. Physical infrastructure, St. Andrew Southern Employment Generation, 24-25, $2,750,000, Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. $2,750,000.00. So it's correct. Honorable Delroy Chuck, St. Andrew North Eastern. Physical infrastructure, St. Andrew North Eastern Employment Generation and Beautification, 24-25, $3.5 million, Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. Honorable Olivia Grange, St. Catherine Central. Physical infrastructure, St. Catherine Central Special Employment and Beautification, 24-25, $3,419,910.90, National Work Agency. Mr. Robert Miller, St. Catherine Southeastern. Physical infrastructure, St. Catherine Southeastern Employment Generation and Beautification Program, 24-25, $3,499,735.05. Mr. Hugh Graham, St. Catherine Northwestern. St. Catherine Northwestern Special Beautification and Employment Program, 24-25, $3.5 million, St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. Sorry, Marsh, bring it. There's a correction on it? Oh, so bring it over to you. Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton, St. Catherine West Central. Physical infrastructure, St. Catherine West Central Special Beautification and Employment Generation Program, 24-25, $3 million, National Work Agency. Miss Denise Daly, St. Catherine Eastern, Physical Infrastructure, St. Catherine Eastern Special Employment and Beautification Program, 24-25, $2.75 million, St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. Mrs. Natalie Nita Garvey, St. Catherine North Central. St. Catherine North Central Employment Generation, 24-25, $3,280.50, St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. Sorry? Nita Headley, Nita Garvey. $280.50. Dr. Andrew Wheatley, St. Catherine South Central. St. Catherine South Central Special Employment 24-25, $3.5 million, St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. Dr. Andrew Wheatley, St. Catherine South Central, Physical Infrastructure, Old Harbor Road Sidewalk Reconstruction, Phase 2, 24-25, $1.5 million, $660, St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. Honorable Orlando Terlong, St. Catherine East Central, Physical Infrastructure, St. Catherine East Central Employment Generation, 24-25, $3,492,018.60, National Work Agency. Miss Carencia Morrison, St. Catherine Northeastern, Physical Infrastructure, Road Rehabilitation, Wallens Basic School to Cheesefield, Church Road, 24-25, $2,996,974.05, National Work Agency. Mr. Philip Henriquez, Clarendon Northwestern, Physical Infrastructure, Clarendon Northwestern Employment Generation, 24-25, $2,004.30, Clarendon Municipal Corporation. Honorable Floyd Green, St. Elizabeth Southwestern, Physical Infrastructure, St. Elizabeth Southwestern Employment Generation, 24-25, $2,991,450, St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation. Honorable Floyd Green, St. Elizabeth Southwestern, St. Elizabeth Southwestern Rehabilitation of Billy's Bay Road, 24-25, $999,800, St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation. Honorable J.C. Hutchinson, St. Elizabeth Northwestern, Physical Infrastructure, St. Elizabeth Northwestern Employment Generation, 24-25, $2,250,000, St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation. Honorable Franklin Witter, St. Elizabeth Southeastern, Physical Infrastructure, St. Elizabeth Southeastern Employment Generation, 24-25, $2,765,175, St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation. Mr. Danny Lawrence, Westmoreland Eastern, Physical Infrastructure, Westmoreland Eastern Rehabilitation of Rowtown Road, Phase 2, 24-25, $5,087,198.55. Mr. George Wright, Westmoreland Central, Physical Infrastructure, Westmoreland Central Employment Generation, 24-25, $2,750,000, Westmoreland Municipal Corporation. Mr. Dave H. Brown, Hanover Eastern, Physical Infrastructure, Hanover Eastern Employment Generation, 24-25, $2 million, National Solid Waste Management Authority. This is a letter from St. James East Central addressed to the chairman. Member of Parliament is requesting the withdrawal of the St. James East Central Welfare and Emergency and Social Housing Additional 2024-25 projects budget for JMD $1 million and $2 million respectively. Both projects were assigned to the Social Development Commission. The Member of Parliament is seeking the Parliamentary Committee's approval to reallocate the aforementioned fund $3 million to aid in financing the St. James East Central Physical Infrastructure Beautification Program 24-25. Honorable Edmund Bartlett, St. James East Central Physical Infrastructure, St. James East Central Physical Infrastructure Beautification Program 24-25, $3,270 St. James Municipal Corporation. Honorable Homer Davis, St. James Southern Physical Infrastructure, St. James Southern Beautification Program 24-25, $3,499,965 St. James Municipal Corporation. Miss Crystal Lee, St. Anne Northwestern Physical Infrastructure, St. Anne Northwestern Employment Generation and Beautification 24-25, $802,456.20. National Work Agency. These two. Hello. These two go to them to sign. Mr. Robert Montague, St. Mary Western Physical Infrastructure, St. Mary Western Beautification and Drain Cleaning, 24-25, $2.5 million, St. Mary Municipal Corporation. Dr. Maurice Guy, St. Mary Central Physical Infrastructure, St. Mary Central Beautification and Drain Cleaning Project, 24-25, $3 million, St. Mary Municipal Corporation. Dr. Honorable Norman Dunn, St. Mary Southeastern Physical Infrastructure, St. Mary Southeastern Employment Generation Beautification Project 24-25, $2,245,340 NWA. Honorable Darrell Vaz, Portland Western Physical Infrastructure, Portland Western Employment Generation and Beautification 24-25, $2,999,619 NWA. Dr. Michelle Charles, St. Thomas Eastern Physical Infrastructure, St. Thomas Eastern Employment Generation Program 24-25, $3,463,698 NWA. We now move to disaster mitigation, and there is a letter, Trelawney Southern, reallocation of funds. Member of Parliament designate for the constituency at caption Horace. Honorable Dr. Horace Chang is seeking the Parliamentary Committee approval to utilize $3 million from the unallocated funds for financial year 23-24 to finance the attached Trelawney Southern Disaster Mitigation 24-25 project. A letter from the MP designate relating to the above is also attached, and the CDF PMU looks forward to the committee favorable consideration. Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, designate Trelawney Southern, project type, disaster mitigation, Trelawney Southern Disaster Mitigation 24-25, $3 million, Trelawney Municipal Corporation. Honorable Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, St. Andrew West Rural, disaster mitigation, St. Andrew West Rural Disaster Mitigation Program 24-25, $1,999,987.50, Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. Dr. Andrew Wheatley, St. Catherine South Central, disaster mitigation. St. Catherine South Central Disaster Mitigation Program 24-25, $1 million, $1,104, St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. Honorable Homer Davis, disaster mitigation, St. James Southern Drought Response Program 24-25, $1,250,000, St. James Municipal Corporation. We move to social housing. Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, designate Trelawney Southern, Human and Social Development, Trelawney Southern Additional Social Housing, 24-25 Phase 2, $250,000 SDC. Ms.
For my clarity, in a scenario where a constituency doesn't have an MP, I am seeing an MP designate, and I just would like to know from the CDF office how that process works. I do believe that residents shouldn't be deprived of services because the constituency isn't represented, but I just want to know how the process works to determine who that individual is, and then how the funding and the resources would be done in the absence of an elected representative.
Chairman, I will take that. I will respond to that when I'm responding to Mr. Homer Davis's question about the education. So I did carry the manual, and I will point you to the sections in the manual. So we can take that in any other business, and then I will answer you, Member Robinson, about that.
Ms. Crystal Lee, Human and Social Development, St. Ann Northwestern Additional Social Housing, Phase 2, 24-25, $1 million SDC. Mr. Robert Montague, St. Mary Western, Human and Social Development, St. Mary Western Additional Social Housing Project, 24-25, $2 million Social Development Commission, sorry. Emergency and Welfare. Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, St. James Northwestern, Human and Social Development, St. James Northwestern Additional Welfare and Emergency 24-25 Phase 2, $250,000 SDC. Mr. Robert Montague, St. Mary Western, Human and Social Development, St. Mary Western Additional Welfare Project, 24-25, $2 million Social Development Commission. Education. Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, St. Andrew West Central, Human and Social Development, St. Andrew West Central Back to School Treat Concert, 24-25, $2,149,309.35, JCDC. Mr. Robert Miller, St. Catherine Southeastern Human and Social Development, St. Catherine Southeastern Additional Educational and Support, 24-25, $1,150,000 $1,000 Social Development Commission. Honorable Floyd Green, St. Elizabeth Southwestern Human and Social Development, St. Elizabeth Southwestern Additional Education Assistant 24-25, $1.5 million St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation. Mrs. Anne-Marie Vass, Portland Eastern Human and Social Development, Portland Eastern Back to School Fair 24-25, $1 million SDC. Letter to the Chairman, St. Catherine Northeastern Special Employment and Beautification Program 24-25. Member of Parliament for the caption Constituency, Ms. Carencia Morrison, seeks approval from CDF Parliamentary Committee to reallocate $1 million from the previous approved St. Catherine Northeastern Water Tank Relief Initiative 24-25. Reallocate funds will finance the enclosed project titled St. Catherine Northeastern Special Employment and Beautification Program 24-25 to be implemented by the National Work Agency. Ms. Carencia Morrison, St. Catherine Northeastern Human and Social Development, St. Catherine Northeastern Water Tank Relief Initiative. The new one, sorry. Ms. Carencia Morrison, St. Catherine Northeastern Physical Infrastructure, St. Catherine Northeastern Special Employment Beautification Program 24-25, $2,999,998 National Work Agency. Another letter to the Chairman, Project Withdrawal, St. Elizabeth Southwestern, a Member of Parliament for the above-named constituency, Honorable Floyd Green, is requesting withdrawal of the St. Elizabeth Southwestern patching off section of the Stonefield Road 24-25 project, which was previously approved in the amount of $1 million. Your consideration of this matter would be greatly appreciated. The Member of Parliament for the constituency of the caption Constituency, Honorable Floyd Green, is seeking approval for the Parliamentary Committee to withdraw St. Elizabeth Southwestern Rehabilitation of Stonefield Road 23-24 project in the amount of $2,224,000. A reallocation portion of $1,224,000 should be used to finance the attached St. Elizabeth Southwestern patching of section of the Stonefield Road. Honorable Floyd Green, St. Elizabeth Southwestern, project type, physical infrastructure, St. Elizabeth Southwestern patching of section of the Stonefield Road 24-25, $1,224,000 and $400, sorry. St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation. We are asked to be reminded to sign a letter that is attached to the project document. Another letter to the Chairman, reallocation for the St. Mary's Southeastern Member of Parliament for the constituency of the caption, Dr. Norman Dunn is seeking the approval of the CDF Parliamentary Committee to reallocate the sum of $700,000 previously assigned for tertiary grant in St. Mary's Southeastern Education 2024-2025. Dr. Dunn intends to use the reallocated funds to purchase bags and books for the students in the constituency of St. Mary's Southeastern. Dr. Dunn. Economic Enablement. Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, St. Andrew West Central, Economic Enablement, St. Andrew West Central Economic Enablement Project 24-25, $600,690.65 SDC. Dr. Andrew Wheatley, St. Catherine South Central, Economic Enablement, St. Catherine South Central Additional Economic Enablement 24-25, 1.5 million SDC. Mr. Robert Montague, Economic Enablement, St. Mary Western Economic Enablement 24-25, $2 million SDC. Sports. Mr. Robert Miller, St. Catherine Southeastern Human and Social Development, St. Catherine Southeastern Sport Initiative, 24-25, $850,000 Social Development Commission. Dr. Andrew Wheatley, St. Catherine South Central Human and Social Development, St. Catherine South Central Sports Development Assistant, 24-25, $399,236 Social Development Commission. Mr. Ollie Shaw, Manchester Northeastern Human and Social Development, Manchester Northeastern Sports Development, 24-25, $750,000 Social Development. Miss Rhoda Moy Crawford, Manchester Central Human and Social Development, Manchester Central Sports, 24-25, additional fund, $500,000 Social Development Commission. So we are at date of next meeting to be fixed. November 19th.
For those who are on the committee purposes, I'm asking that you remind your colleagues, although a notice was sent out, that the final meeting for the calendar year is November 19th. So for all the employment generation projects that are not in as yet and are not approved, we're urging them because we will have no further meeting after November 19th. And this is for cash flow management and funding, so that when the payment of seasonal employees, we would have disbursed in a timely manner.
Could you say of the 63, how many are outstanding? You're talking about the normal, what we would call Christmas beautification. How many have not submitted at this stage?
I could try before the close of the meeting, get that information to you.
And if, well, I'm clearly more interested in the ones on my side, so I can indicate to them that they need to move. So with
Well, what I
alacrity.
Just
can
tell
do-
everybody.
But tell everybody still, so we know who are the outstanding ones, so we
Right.
can let them know they need to deal with their projects.
Will do, Member Robinson. And if
Well,
I
let me
may
ask-
know, Chair.
Let me ask a question, Madam. We understand that at this time, the Prime Minister or some other minister, maybe the Finance Minister, may give us something to spruce up the Christmas allocation. How do we
Right.
treat with that?
It's
You will
not
know.
through
You will know
CDF.
in due time. You will know in due time, not today. In due time.
Not through the CDF, Chairman. That would probably be the NWA or whatever, or the National Solid Waste Management Authority.
Okay. All right.
Okay. If I may now respond to the questions that were asked at the
No,
last.
we will now move to any other business where you will take it.
Okay, thank you. So to answer Mr. Davis's question about private institutions, CDF funds being for private institution, in the manual, section 4, which speaks to special guidelines for the use of funds from the CDF, it clearly states, and I will read from the manual, in circumstances where a constituency, no, sorry, that's the other one for Mr. 3, section 3, under types of project, human and social development and educational development, to be specific, students attending private institutions shall not be eligible for educational development assistance except for those identified as having special needs. For example, students with physical or developmental deficiencies, the gifted and talented that cannot be addressed in the traditional learning environment.
But in instance where these institutions are certified by government institutions, they might not be, they are private, but they are certified to conduct the business of education.
Certified for what? Special needs or
General
physical?
education, like a private school, and they are certified. Like, for example,
Remember,
yes,
even though they are certified by the education
Yeah,
ministry to say that they are of the level
yes,
to provide that level of education, it is not a government school. And that's what it is speaking to. Once you're not a government school, as it speaks to, then the funding cannot be. So I don't want to call any name, but we know general institutions that are private to run.
they're privately run, but
You're not going to.
it's a gray area.
No, but
No,
is
it speaks
No.
clearly.
No, Member Davis, if the school addresses a certain need that is lacking within our education system, we do provide funding.
Okay.
If it's a normal child that doesn't have any deficiencies, whether physical, gifted, developmental, we do believe that the traditional learning system is there,
Okay.
which is a no paid kind of arrangement.
Right. So
If you
the
choose
child
to
have a
go to an
challenge.
entity that is paying probably just on par with what some of the private institutions are paying, 100 to 200 or 300 per term, that's a choice. The child does not have a deficiency, or the child does not have a physical challenge.
Yeah.
So if you choose to take a child from the learning system that is affordable and put it in an expensive manner, and you want the government to bear the cost of that, I do believe that that is something that we need to consider carefully before venturing down that road.
Okay.
Let me hear your
So, all right,
concerns.
a scenario where a child was suspended from an institution. No other institution is prepared to accommodate that
Expel or suspended.
child. Expel, suspended.
No, but once you're suspended, you can go back to the same school. If you're expelled,
Yes,
then that's
but,
different.
But in most instances, because I have a young man now, he was expelled, let us put it that, from a particular institution. And no other institution is prepared to accept this young man. But there's this private institution that is prepared to accept him. Wouldn't that be regarded as a special need? Because we can't have that 15, 16-year-old, and he's a bright young man.
No, but you have to determine why the child was expelled. Is it a behavioral issue? Was it addressed? Was he diagnosed? Because if that is the case, then it is something the manual speaks clearly. If there's a developmental challenge, if there is some physical challenge that the child is facing, we're prepared to. But if it's a normal child who is in discipline, and you want the government to pay for, I say, a normal child based on his or her indiscipline to go into a private institution, which is rather expensive, I'm saying that I wouldn't rule it out, but I'm saying we need to consider carefully where we're going.
Yes, I understand you, but, you know, it can end up more costly for our country.
And that is why I say get the child diagnosed and let us know what we're treating with before we just jump and enroll them in a private institution and the same behavioral issues come out.
Chairman, just to follow up on that, so it means that we should not at all provide any assistance to a parent who comes for a child for prep school. Because I must admit, I get some of those requests. I generally don't give them priority, but I have gotten those requests in the past, and I have provided, consistent with what I would provide to a primary school, I have provided to a prep school. So I just wanted first clarity on that, and then secondly, the majority of, I also provide support to students at basic schools, which are considered private too, but have different kinds of challenges. In fact, the majority of basic schools are private, even though the government pays for a trained teacher at a basic school. In fact, I'd say 95% of them are private. And there are, in a number of cases, what I tend to do is I would take groups of students. So I wouldn't just pay for one fee, but like it might be 10 students and I would support the basic school. So I've been doing that. Would that be in violation of what you have said? Because
We do give support to basic schools at the infant level, but I've never seen or I'm not aware of us giving support to basic schools in terms of fees. What are you looking at in terms of fees when you support a basic school?
It's small, but that's why I said I wouldn't do it
Exactly.
for one. So you might do it for 10 students. I mean, it might be $3,000
I would say
a
find a
term.
more meaningful way to support the basic school member.
No,
Do a
well,
program
no,
in the
we
basic
do.
school.
No, so I mean, the other thing too, because many of them are trying to be certified, and when they go through the ECC process, they are missing things. So there are
Right.
infrastructural things that
That is
we
what
do
we
what we
do.
do too, right? But I was just asking on the fee side. No?
No,
Okay, all right.
no.
Well,
It is something that maybe we can consider going forward, and I take Member Davis's suggestion too. It is something that we will look into, but I hold a position as a director where I do believe that we can be heading down the wrong direction by just supporting private institution because of a parent's choice. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with the child, and they can be engaged in the traditional learning system. We have to be careful where
just-
that is concerned, and value for money too.
So for my clarity, for my constituents, anyone who comes for a prep school, I need to indicate that they're not eligible for assistance from the CDF process.
Once they're not gifted,
Yeah, no, meaning just
there is a
normal, yes.
clause there. I
Yeah.
want us to be very clear. It's not just not eligible for prep school. There is a
Right,
caveat there for that.
Understood.
All right. So that's one. In response to your question earlier about constituency, in the manual, section 4, which speaks to the special guidelines for the use of funds from the CDF, and it's 4.31. In circumstances where a constituency is without a sitting member of parliament, whether by way of death, resignation, or otherwise, until a member of parliament is duly elected for that constituency, the Prime Minister or any other member of parliament so delegated by him shall, with the approval of the cabinet, be authorized to manage the allocation of funds for and on behalf of that constituency as may be required. I must make mention in this House, in follow-up, because it may be another question, but just to preempt you, that we would have done it for both sides of the aisle, where the former leader of opposition, Dr. Bloomfield, by way of death, we would have extended that courtesy where the Prime Minister gave us a cabinet decision that he was a designated member of Parliament to manage resources for that constituency. It was done for Dr. Green, and it was done for the late Shaini Robinson, and now we're doing it in the instance of Southern Trelawney. So it is there to cover the CDF, and what we do get is a cabinet decision.
Thank you. Any other business? Any other business? If there is no other business, we will now ask for the motion for adjournment. Moved by member from South St. James, seconded by member from North Southeast. I move you, you know. I move you, man. You see how it is that you want to get the other one and we want to move your eye of X. All right, boys. Don't worry yourself. You are a refreshed mind. You are a refreshed mind here. We'll keep you. If I even you alone, we'll keep you. When? You mean in the next life? At this time, this meeting now stands adjourned.
Every student attending Heart and STA Trust under the New Care Initiative will get $15,000 each month to help cover their travel expenses to the Heart School they're attending and get